Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 390 of Pixels and Ink, the official podcast of CG Magazine, where we take a critical eye to gaming, comics, tech, and media. I'm your host today, Chris DeHoog, and I'm joined by our editor-in-chief, Brendan Fry.
Hello there, Chris. And audience.
Dayna Eileen.
Hi, we're talking to the audience now. Woo! That threw me right off. Hi, that's me. Not
doing
the
crowd
audience.
work tonight, and
Yes.
Jordan Biordi.
What's up?
How's everybody doing?
They're questionable
Eh.
at best.
I'm pretty
Embracing the
cool.
heat death of the universe.
I mean, it's happening real quick.
Real slow, it feels, but
What are we talking about? Who's
the
dead?
heat death of the universe,
Okay.
All of us. Slowly.
slowly but surely.
I don't,
Just
I
embracing.
don't think I'm old enough to get this joke.
We're all in a good place.
It's not
Oh,
really a
okay.
reference, actually. It's just
Yeah, it's just reality.
general
okay.
ennui.
We're just all dying.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a specific way we were dying. I'm sorry. I was unaware.
No,
Well, I mean,
The worst.
We all
All of them,
die a little
mostly.
every day.
I'm not me. I'm Benjamin buttoning my way through
Oh,
life. Don't
Yeah, but-
you can't tell by my face though. Don't look at that.
But
You'll never know.
Benjamin
Benjamin
Button
Button.
died at the end of that book slash
Oh,
movie.
did he?
Just died
never
as a
saw
baby.
Never
It was real weird. I didn't like that ending.
Yeah, he just like regressed into an infant, and then he like I don't know, just like blinked out of existence.
The Anti-Jack is a sad movie.
I don't like this.
Anyways, let's dive into the news and breaking news. Actually, the Canadian Indie Game of the Year awards, the Canadian Indie Game Awards were held today, and we have
Go
the
team.
Canadian Indie Game of the Year crowned, and it's Echo Generation from
I don't
Coco Cucumber.
know that
Nice.
game. I'm
I-
not gonna lie.
You said so many words that I don't know.
Yeah, I have not actually heard of it either, to be totally honest, which is
So
it's kind of
many
a bad
words.
look, I guess.
You
But
guys
it was up
didn't
against
know?
Boyfriend Dungeon, Chicory
I know that one.
Tail,
And that one.
Moonglow
Yeah.
Bay, and the
Know
Big
that one.
Con.
I don't know Big Con. I mean, yeah, maybe I do. I just don't.
Sounds like a Brad Pitt movie.
It's a Skybound Games, actually.
Okay, cool.
I was close.
Yeah. So a few other big winners. Echo Generation also took home the Best Narrative Award.
Mm-hmm.
We did
Inscription
it.
took Best Game Design, which is no big surprise there.
Yep.
Best Art Direction went to Witchwood.
Sure.
Inscription keeps surprising me. Like I thought that was a nothing game when we dished it out.
I
and
know,
it's just
right?
been doing so much now, and I'm like, yeah, I get it.
I kind of want to get it now.
Yeah, I've been waiting for a Steam sale, to be honest. I've got so much else going on. Something good that might tide us over in the next few slower months. Yeah, some of these names on the list, I'm surprised actually came from Canadian studios, like Boyfriend Dungeon.
That's out of Kid Fox out of Montreal.
Yeah,
Ooh. And it's really weird.
Yeah.
and Inscription as well. I didn't realize it was a Canadian thing too. So
Oh, that's
Didn't know that, honestly.
We're learning so much tonight, guys.
Makes
I'm
sense.
off
we're learning that we
Center
should pay
stuff.
more attention to the Canadian indie gaming scene. Apparently,
I mean, all the best stuff is made in Canada.
I mean, that's fair.
I was
This
probably made
podcast,
somewhere
for
else.
example.
I just
it's
Jordan, such a good plug. Brendan's talking to the audience. Jordan's like, "We're great," and I'm just like,
I'm just keeping
I'm
the energy up,
alive.
you know. If I'm following
Dana's all
along.
down on herself, and that was really dark.
It's fine. Okay. This is my,
Well, I mean,
my friend. There, I can't move for the rest of the. Oh, this is also a podcast. I should stop doing visual things.
visual gags.
Visual gags, yeah. You make.
I mean,
editing
yeah,
a
we-
If you're
nightmare,
listening to this
Dana.
podcast, go check it out on Twitch, and then you'll get the joke. It's not funny.
There we go. We brought it around.
We did it.
Yeah, we have a stellar track record with stand-up comedians and such. So I guess this is the next big industry that we're moving into. What
What,
was
me?
that?
I'm still pressing the button for my thing that doesn't work.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
nice.
So weird.
That was a weird sound effect.
Oh, I made noise. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it makes noise. It makes clicky sound.
God.
Oh, I can't even hear it, and I'm here. It's a good mic.
Well,
good job, buddy.
You know what else makes noise? Kirby.
No,
when he
I
wins
don't.
Grammys.
Okay,
That's fair.
This is true.
That was good.
Yes, Kirby was. I
Crushing
believe
it
this is
today.
the first time that a video game has won any kind of major music award. Like
That's not
this,
true.
that's- No.
No,
Yeah, that can't
I
possibly be
believe
true.
Civilization sound like theme song won a Grammy as well.
Really?
Ooh.
Yes.
That could possibly be true though, like because the music industry as a whole has a long history of snubbing video game music, and for being
Yeah,
video game music.
Baba
so-
Yatu won a Grammy.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I stand totally corrected then.
There were a lot of words.
That was the first Grammy. First
The
Grammy,
very first Grammy?
the very first Grammy to go to a game, and that was in 2011.
It's weird to me that that's the case because yeah, like when you think about like the like crazy amount of effort that goes into making music for video games, like,
Mhm.
and I'm not talking like, you know, the chiptune stuff, although like good that is, you know, like I often listen to like the Deltarune soundtrack or the Undertale soundtrack, and I'm just like, I can't believe one guy made this like incredible amount of music. But like even just like something like Final Fantasy VII Remake, like the amount of like effort that went into those like orchestral reproductions of like those really iconic songs. Like, how could you not consider that for like Grammy nomination?
Yeah, like in that particular case too, like all the work that went into like they basically made 2 versions of every song that played in reaction to what the game was doing. So even more staggering in that respect. Yeah, I mean, there's so much good music that has come out of the industry, and it just doesn't get recognized beyond, you know, the industry. Like the music industry doesn't give it any time of day. So I'm actually surprised that there are other games that have won or had been connected to Grammy Awards in the past. Should be a little more specific, actually. The winner was the 8-Bit Big Band, one for best arrangement, instrumental, or a cappella for the cover of Meta Knight's Revenge. The 8-Bit Big Band, yeah.
Yeah, I would not. Not even gonna try.
No,
not even gonna try.
So congratulations to them, and hopefully more video game music gets taken seriously, much like we were talking about with animation last week.
Well, because I was just about to bring that up, like with like the Oscars and stuff, and how like it doesn't seem to, like, I don't know why there's such a like a walled garden in this regard, because I think about this really great line from a Penny Arcade comic where it's like, if 100 artists create art for 5 years, how could the result not be art?
It was deep.
Gotcha there.
Deep, man.
Got it in
You
one.
know what I mean? Like, you can't look at it and be like, it's disqualified because it's a video game. Like, video games are art. Like, yeah, some of them are just games, like they are product of fun, but like most of the time, even in that regard, like designing a video game in itself is an art form. Like, so like you can't just like it goes. It's same thing with like the Oscars, like looking at animation like it's like just like kids product. It's like, no, it's like you have talented artists working so hard to create like
they didn't accidentally just come up with that. It was design.
No, and it's like there's so much like design philosophy that goes behind. There's so much like intention, like how you animate certain things, how you color certain things. Like, it's no different than any other like, you know, highly produced live action movie with big name actors. Like,
yeah, I mean, actually, to go back to Final Fantasy, like Nobuo Uematsu, the composer for most of the series, has done such amazing work, and just doesn't get the recognition outside of the series, let alone the industry. So I'm just kind of browsing through the list of winners and realizing how out of touch I am with pop music. But
that's fair.
I'm surprised to see that the Deftones won an award, though, so that takes me back to my youth.
The Deftones.
Best remix recording for a Mike Shinoda remix of Passenger from the White Pony.
That's a good song.
They could win it. They could win it on a Grammy for a remix, but more video games aren't winning Grammys for their like arrangements. I call shenanigans on this.
Yeah, but, and meanwhile, Louis C.K. won a Best Comedy Album for an album.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, who gives a shit about the Grammys? Like, at the same time, I always think about that Simpsons bit where he gives them the
it's a Grammy.
Don't throw your garbage down here, and he fucking beans them with it. Oh yeah,
yeah. I love going around a lot this week.
Yeah, it's the Grammys. Who cares?
I used to love the Grammys. I mean, I like pop music. Don't tell anyone; it's a secret. But then I got to the age where I no longer understood pop music. I was like, no, I want the old pop music.
That was me about 10 years ago.
Yeah. That was me like 2 years ago when people were talking about Billie Eilish, and I was kind of like, Who?
I know that one. Hey.
Who is
Like
this?
the last
person that
for the
everyone-
last 5 years, I feel like every pop song just like takes a sample and uses it as a chorus.
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
the chorus just a dead?
Dude, it's like
technique
they're putting like a sped up
theater.
version of Rocket Man on the radio, like it's a new big deal, and it's like,
Jordan,
have you
we're
guys
just
not heard this
appreciating art.
before?
Like what? Why
you
remake
know
a
what? I
perfect song?
suppose
Shatner
that's
already did
true.
it perfectly.
I suppose that's true. When I was a little kid, I heard the Alien Ant Farm version of Smooth Criminal, and I genuinely thought that was the original. So one time, like someone called into like Z103, which for any of our international listeners is like a pop music station that's big in Toronto, and they asked for the Alien Ant Farm version, but they didn't have it, so they played the Michael Jackson version. And I was like, oh wow, someone covered this song already.
That's do you guys remember the song that came out? It was Kanye West, Rihanna, and Beatle.
John
Paul
Lennon.
No, Paul McCartney.
Had to be Paul, I think.
What?
Right?
Yeah, it
It
was
would
a-
be Ringo.
No.
I was
Who
like,
is-
which one of
I'm
them are
like-
still alive?
Yeah, one that's still alive. Anyway, and everybody was like, it was so nice of Kanye West to let this like older guy on his song.
Yes,
and
I
all
do
of them-
remember this. Oh my god.
Child.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore. That's.
Nope.
I do
Nope.
remember that.
I'm not even a big
Swear.
Beatles fan, but I don't want to live on this planet.
Yeah, it's
anymore.
Paul McCartney. You guys all made me doubt myself. I was very confident in that until I've got Ringo Starr being said from a what?
He's also alive, so
Yeah, could have
Yeah,
been.
he's still alive.
It's unlikely.
Good time.
Anyway, Kanye.
Anyways, yeah, let's not speak that name anymore. Another piece of interesting news today that we'll have to make some sense of here. Epic Games and Lego announced a new launcher partnership today to build some kind of metaverse experience designed from the outset with the well-being of kids in mind, and it doesn't appear immediately to be a Fortnite-based thing.
I mean, isn't everything Fortnite without it?
It
I mean,
will become
Epic
one.
does
trust
make
me.
other games. I know it's crazy, but
I actually don't think they make many games right now. I think it's mostly Fortnite. And
But
the
yeah, it kind of feels like they've turned into Steam in that regard, where
their
they just like
launcher
are
launches lots of games. Does
Mm.
that not
very
the same
yeah.
thing?
They're more focused on like maintaining the Epic like launcher and just like buying up like exclusivity rights and stuff, because it really does seem like, I mean, like, yeah, like what's Epic working on right now that isn't Fortnite?
this new Lego thing.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
I have
besides
to launch
that, I mean, an
Tiny
actual
Tina
video
through
game.
Epic, but that's not made by Epic, I guess. I'm learning so
True.
much. It's right there though, next to my Fortnite, just in case anybody was wondering.
Mm.
And
Yeah, I mean, it
Earth review code. It's top secret.
really doesn't seem like they actually have a massive roster of games
Mhm.
Anymore.
they've developed.
Yeah.
But you know what they do have a lot of?
Cashola,
Yeah.
Cash.
See? See what I
Like
did
a lot of
Hard.
kid-friendly or
Ooh,
kid-centric
Dollarinos.
entities.
there? They have all my V-Bucks. That's what they have.
So basically, Zuckerberg's making the metaverse, and Epic is going to make a kids version. So I'm not sure how to feel about that.
I mean, I'm down.
Bad.
Yeah, it
it's
sounds
pretty
bad.
bad.
Sounds
Yeah.
real bad.
Chris, by the time
Like-
this is done, our kids are going to be old enough for this crap. So,
Yeah,
ugh.
well, we'll see.
I
About
mean,
that.
the metaverse is such a bad idea, like already, and it's like,
Yeah.
why are we going to subject children to this nightmare vision?
I
that we
already
have for the
said
world?
once today that we don't deserve the internet. I don't want to have to say it again. Never
Uh,
mind,
We don't.
twice.
You kind of just did.
Yeah, no, we don't.
We really don't.
We flew too close to the sun on that one.
Oh, without question, we did.
We flew straight into the sun on that one.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, God.
on one hand, is Epic not making enough money off of kids with Fortnite?
They're doing some
Well-
good things with their mony, but yeah.
They are.
Yeah, it's
They
true.
did
Oh,
do a
there
very
we
good
go.
thing with their money, but in general,
I would have to imagine that this thing, like in its conception, just kind of feels like it's probably going to be like a meta version of like Legoland or like Minecraft in that regard, where it's just like, oh, hey, you can play with your friends and be in meta and build stuff with
Minecraft
Lego
as
blocks.
Lego actually sounds pretty cool.
Minecraft
Yeah.
is just
They-
well, okay. So
Yeah.
so two things here, Dayna.
I do
number
understand
one-
what Minecraft is, but I'm really excited
Number
that
one,
you're going
by-
to explain it
yeah.
to me. Go ahead.
Minecraft is just Lego, so I mean, that's like a mandala effect where you had that idea, like this would be genius. It's like it already, it's
You have to use a crowbar instead of a pickaxe to get them apart.
Yeah,
or your teeth.
And second of all, I think it might have been Mega Blocks, but there are actual like Minecraft branded Legos.
It's Lego.
That does
It's straight up
Yeah,
Lego.
it is.
Oh, is it
Lego?
Lego?
It's
Okay,
straight up
yeah.
Lego,
So yeah. I think you
There's
just mandala effect
coming
yourself.
from the
yourself.
Easter Bunny. No, but okay, whatever. I'm pretty sure everybody else understood what I meant there, but thank you. Thank you for explaining that to me like I'm stupid.
Well, that's
It's
what I'm
still
here
fine.
for.
Yeah.
You know.
Is it?
That's why we
Well,
can
I
bring
showed
him
up for
along.
today.
I was also thinking of that Lego Worlds game that they came up with.
Oh yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
lasted
like
for a hot
Minecraft
minute.
attempt.
It's like dirt cheap now too. I see it go on sale on the eShop all the time for like $5, and I'm always kind of
Really?
like, should I get
Cyberpunk's
that?
$5 right now again. Just
Is it
off
$5?
topic, but $5. Yes, it is
Nice.
$5 right now.
I got it for 10. I thought that was a steal.
You got ripped off, Chris.
No,
you got ripped off.
Yeah.
Chris. We're all
Well,
rushing out to get.
Most stores still sell for like 30, even used. So
$1.
Let's hope we
Bob.
get the half working
$1.
version of.
the best I can
Cyberpunk
do was
$5.
101.
Oh, I missed the Price is Right.
But
I mean-
yeah, the other thing that Epic and Fortnite were in the news for this week is that their campaign raising or putting the proceeds from their in-game sales towards towards Ukraine relief raised $144 million,
That's impressive.
which is no small feat.
That is crazy.
That is
honestly.
more than $1, Bob.
Also, kind of goes to show just how
One-
much money they make in a period of time.
Yeah, it's bonkers how much money they make in that game.
Yeah.
Some of
wonder
it was
what's-
mine.
Oh. Dang.
Mine technically wasn't actually. My Fortnite crew renewed today, not during the campaign.
You have the crew. I'm still upset about the Fortnite crew. I don't want
Was
to talk
it
about
was it strictly like cash only V-Buck purchases?
It
or,
was,
any,
actually.
V
It was
Bucks?
anything that you paid money for. So if you
Okay.
bought V-Bucks or if you bought the packs that are for like they're like $25 instead of whatever. Fun fact, right now there's one in the shop that's like $5.99 and you get 600 V-Bucks and a skin. Good deal.
That's not bad.
Just here selling for Epic, I guess.
Nice. Well, I
on
mean, it's
brand.
for a good cause, right? It's going to the
Well, it
Ukraine.
was.
I guess
I
that's
believe
over
the
now?
fund is over now.
Yes. It was until
See-
I believe April 1st, if I'm not
Well,
mistaken.
is it? Yeah, that's the joke, isn't it? Isn't like just like theoretically, like that's just like so crazy. Like that's the kind of like power you could have to like redistribute wealth and do good in the community. It's just like,
Yeah.
hey,
We're gonna take 2
we
weeks
could-
and like solve world hunger. It'll be
Yeah,
fine.
no, it's just
Like-
like no, this was like a one-time thing. Sorry, it's done now. It's like why you could, I mean, they're not. The bombing hasn't stopped. You could keep sending money.
Yeah,
out
but they
there.
eventually
Yeah.
make
Epic
money
is
in
fine.
there.
Yeah, but
I
even
think Epic is doing.
think about it
okay.
outside of the war, though. If Epic or Steam or pick a friggin' service, PlayStation, Xbox, whatever, we're gonna
Yeah,
take this
just did
1 week
this.
every year,
Mhm.
and this money is gonna go to something. Doesn't matter. Maybe something big's going on that year. Maybe it's just, hey, we're gonna be good people.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But-
that sounds good.
But why be a good person if it's not for like good public image?
Yeah,
be
it
a
still
good
would
person.
be though. Just
Yeah,
because there's
no,
not a
true.
war doesn't mean you can't
True.
say, "Hey guys, look at me giving all this money to
Mhm.
starving children." Like we'll still say
Just trying to
good
capitalize
job.
on it. Yeah,
Like-
exactly.
We'll still be like,
Right.
"Hey, good job, guys, you did it."
Neato, gang. Neato.
Try telling that to like Bobby Kotick as he's buying his like 90th yacht. You know. what
Well, I mean,
Oof.
To be
I
fair, I'd
need
like
this,
a yacht,
though.
too. Maybe he's buying it for me. You settle down.
he's buying a fleet.
I'd rather talk
he
to
will
a
rule
wall,
the
but-
ocean.
He's making real life battleship. It's fine.
They call him Kotick the Ruthless, and
Ugh,
he
the dumb shit I'd do
sails
if I
the
had that
seven
much
seas.
money. Paint guns and boats. Battleship.
Still at the edge of the world. Yeah, but the Epic might need some of that money because they are facing another potential lawsuit
Oh, so
Oh yes, this one.
because they are accused of stealing another dance move without permission from the
They
con
better
the
just stop
remote gets
doing that.
confiscated. You'd think they'd learn,
Yeah.
right?
because
Well,
you know they
but I
can't
mean, like,
afford this
it's-
lawsuit or anything.
Yeah.
the precedent I feel like has been set because it's like a lot of people have come forward and been like, hey, they stole my dance move, and it's kind of like they were like, well, technically it's like you can't really like own the art of dance, like you can't
In
own
some cases, you
movement,
can.
guys.
There are definitely some cases where it's like, where did this? Yeah, the line could be a little fuzzy.
Well, because there was the
Not the
first one, the
dance from
default
Scrubs, that's pretty
one,
clear.
right?
It's the dance from Scrubs.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I was about to say. That's the default dance, right? It's like that's a blatant like theft, right? There doesn't seem to be any indication of that dance being anywhere out in the wild but Scrubs.
Is that one with the clap and the
yeah, he does like the little. It's Turk.
Yeah, and does that little like thing at the end.
You're like so many things are coming back to me. I'm doing a lot of hand talking today. Wow.
There doesn't seem to be, but then like because the thing was like when Alfonso Ribeiro was like when they put like the Carlton dance in there, he was kind of like yeah, maybe I might sue them because they took my dance. But then people are like pointing out that like he said in interviews that like he took elements of the dance from like other people. So it's like does anyone
this goes
truly
back to what
own
we were
a dance?
just talking about music though?
Yeah,
like sampling other songs. Yeah, I just sampled the way that guy's legs move. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, but I'm not accusing any of those guys of thefts. I'm saying they're not getting their due.
No, sorry, I didn't mean you. I meant like in general. It's just that where's the line? Screw you, Jordan. No.
No one. You can't own
in particular.
Dads
like
any more than you can own Mother Earth.
In Carlton's case, it's like you swing your arms to the side and snap. Like that's not really.
No, I can't do that.
But it's like the movement of his like hips and stuff, and the way he does that. Like I don't know. There's like
and that I only hear Tom Jones in my head while it's happening.
Yeah,
is that also the case?
He said he took parts of it. And he does that little hand up and down thing.
Oh my gosh! Wow,
yeah, he's really rolled that into a career, didn't he?
Yeah.
That must suck, though. To be his age, like, how old is he now? I have a very loud keyboard, so I'm not Googling. See? So loud.
He's probably like he's got to be at least in his like 50s. I think they were fairly young, 50s or 60s.
Probably. And that's still, do the dance. I guarantee.
No, he loves it. He loves it.
God. I bet on the inside, he's dead inside.
Yeah, and he did that. He did the dance.
And I bet on the
repeatedly,
inside.
I think.
He's 50 years old. Man, he's still a really good looking guy. He should do stuff. What's he aged well, yeah. What's he been up to?
Dancing with the Stars a couple years ago.
He did America's Funniest Home Videos. Just saying.
Oh, did he really? Is that just YouTube?
No. When my nephew, so like my son's age, when he was little, that was like all they used to watch. Funny show.
Like he was YouTube kind of.
He was in the Muppets Haunted Mansion in 2000.
Oh yeah, he was. I forgot that.
Whoa, that was an octave. Somebody likes Muppets.
Yeah, I do like the Muppets.
That was enthusiasm.
We found something Brendan liked.
Look at that.
Shake it up.
Yeah, he doesn't like the Muppets.
I mean, I guess he could have just lived off of like Fresh Prince residuals for the rest of his life and been fine.
Yeah, that's still in syndication.
Seems like he should be doing like Hallmark movies or something. Like what else did you do after
I want to see him do
sitcom?
actual stuff.
Christmas in July movies. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
I mean
that's kind of where like
dancing...
90s sitcom stars go afterwards, like Candace Cameron Bure and any other number of others.
I want to see him, and I want to see Jaleel White showing up in more stuff.
Okay.
Cool.
Oddly specific.
I'm really hoping. I know it's probably not the case, but I was really hoping he would show up in the Sonic movie in some capacity.
Why?
What are you talking about? What did
because
I
that would have been such good like connective tissue. He was the voice of Sonic throughout like all of the 90s.
That would be cool. He should have like a cameo or something at least. Lame if he
that's
doesn't.
no good.
That is no good.
That's what I mean. He was like
that was a catchphrase from the show.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying you. I just was trying to be on your team there.
Well, it became a catchphrase or a meme afterwards.
Became a meme, but he was, but the subject matter was very dark.
Yeah, as usual. Yeah, they took a serious thing and made it a meme because that's what the internet does. Back to not
again, we don't deserve the internet. That's the motto for today.
Every like animated version, every animated show of Sonic, I think except for like Sonic X. Jaleel White was the voice of Sonic.
I did not.
And he was the voice. He was the voice of Manic and Sonia in Sonic Underground.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, for the first few batches, anyways. Yeah.
While we're talking about Sonic.
Yeah. Moving right along.
I was trying to help you out there, Chris.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, like, I guess we don't have to.
Well, we can go back.
In order,
we can go back.
The other way.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll build off that bridge.
Now everyone knows we screwed it up. Great, thanks, guys.
Sonic 2 is coming out this weekend. Well, today actually is out now. And as part of the press tour, Jim Carrey has mentioned that he's mostly retiring after this movie.
I like that. Most likely, mostly retiring.
Well,
Yeah, like
I thought he already
probably
did that.
retiring, but like, yeah, this
Weren't
is
we all
what I was gonna
shocked
say.
he was in Sonic? Like, didn't this happen?
Yeah,
Because he was on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee a couple years ago, and he basically had told Jerry Seinfeld on that show that he was like basically just waiting for like good scripts, and that was about it. And now he's saying basically the same thing. Like he's gonna do good scripts if they come across his desk, but like.
But that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, it probably doesn't, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't it when his wife passed away that he kind of like took a big step back from acting for a little while, and
just general disillusionment too. He worked really hard for a long time there, and people only want to see him the same comedic stuff over and over again. So there's definitely a bit of burnout, I'm sure.
I kind of liked what he said. Like I liked his sentiment when he was talking about it, like the way he said, like I feel like I have enough, and it does kind of feel like a certain amount of like self-realization or self-actualization that like you really don't get from like a lot of people who are in like Hollywood or just like famous, like you know the sort of like consensus or the sort of like perception really seems to have been that it's like it's never enough for these people, right? Like if you have fame, you have money, it's like it'll never be enough. And so to hear someone with his pedigree say like that, like, you know, like I'd say like I could be content, you know what I mean, to just like, you know, do a role here or there,
take a minute and enjoy the rest of your life.
Yeah, you know what I mean, like you don't
to death, right? Take it if you can.
Well, just like knowing how his career started too, like when he was, you know, living out of his car basically, and then got really hot off of In Living Color and did, what was it, 3 big huge movies in 1994 alone, like Mask Against Ventura and something else.
Dumb and Dumber.
Like, was it? Yeah, Dumb and Dumber was that year too. Yeah.
God, so, that was all one like that's my whole Jim Carrey like childhood, and apparently it all happened when I was 6. That's confusing. 5
there you
probably.
Go. Well, it depends on when it came out, but that's beside the point.
One of them probably came out when I was 6.
So yeah, to come up from that like rough beginning and then like this meteoric rise and then the plateau, and just to come out of all that saying like I have enough. That's, you don't hear that very often, definitely. That being said, he does say he did tell comicbook.com that he's still lobbying for playing Fat Eggman.
Yeah,
in a future Sonic project. So
I mean, why not?
You might as well, right? They came this far.
Costume alone.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. I was really looking forward to the Sonic 2 for him alone. So
yeah, I was really hoping, because when they showed that like at the end of the first movie, and he like really had like he had the goggles and the mustache, and he was doing that kind of like very like, you know, like top of the mouth smile that like Eggman had in the like original art. I was like, they're gonna nail it with him on Eggman. And this, so and then to see the trailers, and he's still kind of like the thin guy. It was kind of like I'm not like bothered, but yeah, it's like it would have been nice to kind of see if they really went the whole way with it, right? Like, but then again, like, you know, the way that they kind of like you know, the fact that they went in the direction by not like calling him Eggman, like that's his name, like they do in a lot of like Sonic product now, like they still call him Robotnik. And like the explanation too as for why Sonic would even call him Eggman, sort of like semi as like an insult, but also just like the naming conceit that he came up with, does kind of make sense more. The fact that they don't have to make him the fat Eggman, like, because he's not really egg shaped.
I mean, he's not, and also Dr. Robotnik, not Eggman. Just saying.
Yeah, no, 100% Dr. Robotnik. Actually, it's Dr. Kintover. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna end the stream here because this is ridiculous.
You don't know about Dr. Kintover?
Okay,
I don't want to know. I don't Sonic. All I did was go ting 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 with all the rings. That's it. That's my Sonic knowledge.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Those were great sound effects, by the way, in case nobody wanted to give me credit. Stellar.
We'll know of Dr. Kintover.
And
I'm over it.
We'll leave that gatekeeping behind and talk about a more simple name, Max Payne. That's a name we haven't heard in a while.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Remedy Entertainment announced yesterday that they are going to be remaking Max Payne 1 and 2 in a new agreement with Rockstar Games.
That's good. I'm glad to see it.
Why?
They were good games.
They were, you know what? They were really good games. They were really solid, like great, really solid writing, solid voice acting. With the one exception, looking back on it now, although I think it's like really campy and hilarious. In the very beginning, when like Max like finds his family and he finds his wife dead, and he does that really like like YouTubers still living at home thing, like it's like a whisper scream where it's just like nah. Like,
yeah, that definitely happened.
It's so funny to watch.
The coffee
now.
sip on that
like,
one.
It's so great because it's such a like monumental scene, just like punctuated by like a nah.
Yeah, it's not great.
Oh, God.
But again, like that stuff aside, like going back and like revisiting them. I think I played them like a year or two ago, just because like I was like, I think it was like when they brought them out on the PlayStation 4. It's like they still totally hold up. Like they're still super fun. Like aiming, like the gunplay still feels really good. The bullet times like is as cool as it always was. Like, and yeah, it's like a genuinely engaging thing. That's why I'm just like when I saw that, I was kind of just like I cringed a little bit because I'm like, oh, I really hope they don't like modernize the hell out of it and just completely ruin it. Like.
It is going to be running in the Northlight engine, which they used for Control and Quantum Break. So,
I mean, that's cool, but god damn it, like I don't know. It's like Max Payne feels to me like a game that belongs in a certain era. Like it was a staple of those like really good PlayStation 2 games. Like that solid generation that was just like you could just do anything on the PlayStation, right? Like. And now it's I don't know, like the games now feel very like overly produced and very like almost like just designed by committee. So like I don't know. I really hope they get it right, because if we end up with something stupid like The Last of Us, I'm gonna throw my PlayStation out the window.
That's fair.
I'm more wondering like looking at the screenshots now how it's gonna look when his body isn't janky.
Or his face is just like painted onto a polygon.
Just like the screenshot on our article about this, like when he's blasting with both hands, it's just.
Is this going to be another like what was it, GTA? Is that what came out?
I hope no. I think they're remaking it. They're remaking.
This was the old graphics looked really janky. Now they wouldn't.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a good point about it being maybe a relic of its time. Like GTA certainly didn't age well. Conceptually,
no.
I took about 5 minutes to get into San Andreas where I was like, oh yeah, this is really dated, isn't it? And I feel like
these aren't things we say or do anymore. Ooh.
Yeah, no, this is definitely not. It's definitely toned down in most common circles. I mostly remember watching my brother play this and the drug trip sequences. I wonder how those hold up in modern sensibilities.
I mean, they could maybe because I remember even like when I was like just like a teenager, those parts like genuinely freaked me out. Like
there were some interesting aspects in those games.
Yeah, like it's like so they could probably do those sequences pretty well because they were almost structured like horror sequences. So like maybe like those could be done okay, but because that's what I mean. Like Max Payne as a game, like comparing it to even though it was Rockstar, like comparing it to GTA isn't very apt because like it's just like even like it wasn't really like edgy, like it wasn't trying to like push any envelopes or really like I mean as much as like I guess like violence was edgy at the time, but like it was genuinely trying to be a really solid like film noir game, and it succeeded like in almost every way. That's why at the time, I at the time too when I played Max Payne 2, I didn't totally get it, right? It wasn't until like I sort of revisited where it's like, no, it's like again, like it's proper film noir. He doesn't get the happy ending at the end. He doesn't get the girl. Like it's everything kind of goes to shit. Like he gets justice, but like at what cost, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like they're so good for that. Mostly. Well, not in the second one so much. Oh well, yeah. I guess the painkillers. Okay, I guess that's true.
There's a lot of drugs in that game. There's a lot of drugs in that game.
Crunching down pills the whole time.
That's not even the best drug. No, I'm kidding. Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad.
Yeah, because that's what I mean. when I say like how they're gonna ruin it, right? Because like I mean, as much as you could like look at it in relation to like the opioid epidemic and be like, maybe a game where you're running down just like downing bottles of pills the whole time isn't so great. But then again, it's like, you know, that was part of it, right? Like the whole idea was that like this is the pain he is enduring. He's getting shot. He's not fixing himself up. He's just numbing the pain a little bit so he can keep moving forward. It was thematically accurate. Like, you know, in a modern gaming world, it's just like, you know, is he just gonna have like, you know, cover-based health regeneration like every other stupid game? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. That's why it was what worries me about these games.
I mean, I feel what they're going to do is just try to make the game as close as possible to the original, but bring back the things that like kind of improve the graphics, make it so it feels a little bit more modern in some ways. But I can't see them. I can't see them changing the overall formula, because that formula was what people enjoyed.
Yeah, like the biggest thing I feel will be the change to the engine, really, like how it's going to run in that modern thing.
Yeah, much more powerful engine.
And kind of like with like the Final Fantasy VII remake, right? We talk about that a lot this podcast. Like remaking the game might give them some license to potentially like redo the story, so it could end up being stronger in that regard. Like,
or at least address like the drug sensitivity a little more tastefully, I guess. Potentially, like I said, I didn't really play the games. I watched most of them and only really remember him tripping acid, basically. So I don't know how sensible they were, but
that was tied into sort of like the greater like plot about like, you know, a potential like business conspiracy and why his wife was killed. Like, you know, at first he thinks it's the mob, but then they're working for this corporation that's producing this drug to make super soldiers, and it's all this other stupid shit, but it went wrong. Like, so it's like the whole like tripping on drugs thing was a very like minimal bullet point thing that just happens because like, again, like the femme fatale has to get out of a situation, so she just spikes his drink, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like he's also just like it's not like he has, it's not like it's like making like light of the fact that Max has a drug problem, you know what I mean? Like
that's not like I don't remember it was doing that. Yeah, so
like I said, the pill thing was kind of like thematically accurate to the whole game. But who knows?
Well, we'll see what they do with it when that comes out at some point. They give a release window on that one.
I don't think so.
But yeah, that'll do it for news for us this week.
Pretty full. It was not that bad.
Tight.
Full.
We did a
tight 37. So we'll jump over to reviews, and I think I'm the only one with a game.
Is that a pineapple on a pizza, Dayna?
Yes.
Okay.
Brendan,
where it belongs. Where it belongs.
Don't even start. We get it. The internet doesn't like pineapple on pizza. Oh, I thought you actually had like Hawaiian pizza.
No, I just found a weird.
If Brendan's about to call you out, I'm gonna like. I will.
Great. Now I want Hawaiian pizza at 10 o'clock.
Definitely just ordered food. Not gonna lie.
Another great thing made in Canada. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Hamilton actually.
Yeah.
That explains why we shouldn't like it. Nothing good comes from Hamilton.
That is accurate.
That's okay. That's not. I mean, most things, but. Don't hate on the Hammertown. There's isn't there like a big anime con that happens in Hamilton?
Con Bravo. It's not really anime. It's more of just like creators, I think.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
Con Bravo.
We did a. How many times? My only contribution today is just we did
it. Brendan or Dayna, tell us about your dreams.
My dreams, just all of them. I'd like to wake up and not immediately be tired. That's my goal.
In
life. Also, I would like to make it to around 11 p.m. when my food will be delivered.
That's fair.
What did you get?
I got potato skins and chicken wings because I lasted an entire day trying to be healthy one day. So.
Oh yeah, no, I've been on a bit of a kick because like yesterday I didn't have time for lunch, so I ordered some spicy bulgogi like lunch special from this like sushi place in that opened up in Tottenham, which is, again, for our listeners who don't know, it's like a middle of nowhere, maybe like 5,000 population, and we got a sushi restaurant for whatever reason. And then today I didn't have time to eat also, so I just got McDonald's. So
yeah. That was loud.
I just
Yeah.
want
Did you get a
to
Sonic
contribute,
Happy
so
Meal
I
toy,
wanted to
though?
feel like
There's Sonic Happy Meal toys now.
yeah, I was
are.
about to say the Sonic Happy Meals.
I ate healthy for a whole day and a half, and now I feel stressy and depressy because I have not had any pop in 2 days, and I'm angry. So I ordered deep fried things covered in cheese and salt.
It's okay.
Are
Your
these
little
like- are
emoji
these
made me
like-
want pizza at 10 o'clock at night. So we're
Oh,
we're all-
this would have been
Considering
so
also
cool.
adding a pizza.
I just looked up the the Sonic toys. Like one of them kind of looks like a throwback to an
order
old Sonic.
47 Happy Meals.
No, I'm not. But it's because I was thinking about it. Like it would have been cool because I remember when I was a kid, I had there was one Sonic toy from McDonald's where like it was like Sonic running, and it was like he would attach him to a little thing. He'd press a button, he would shoot out. There was like a little fire like behind him. And so like what some of these toys, like one of them kind of looks like a throwback to that, but like they're all pretty much they just look like standees. They don't even look like actual toys.
Well,
Maybe the Sonic one, you like
days.
roll it back and he just runs. Like, those ones.
I do.
Yeah, I remember I used to have there was a Knuckles one where you would pull it back, and as it like went forward, it's like the arms would spin around. They would do like a little like tornado like knuckle punch.
That's fair.
I dig it.
Yeah,
I
man.
dig it.
It would be cool, but
There we go. Speaking of digging stuff, reviews.
That was pretty good.
That was good. So
Did we dig them though?
I
Stay
dug
tuned.
Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga actually. Pretty solid game all around. Yeah.
Ooh, deep thoughts.
In retrospect, like a lot of it was kind of short. Like each individual thing, if you're blasting through, like each movie can be done in about 2 hours, give or take.
That's fair.
Granted, I am an adult, and this is mostly a game geared towards kids.
To be fair, I would get stuck on almost all of the puzzles, so it would take me significantly longer. Let's be
I was gonna say
honest.
that about falls in line with the length of the actual movie, so you know.
There is that.
Hey.
That being said, there are some scenes in the movies that I was like, why are we skipping past this in the cinematic? Why aren't we doing a little based on this? Okay, we'll go
That
on
might be
then.
because you have a problem, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
That may
What's
be
my problem?
Well, but at the
he who
same
is
time,
addicted
no,
to the War of Stars.
This is
I
true.
can sympathize with Chris on that because I saw some asshole on TikTok like share the scene from Last Jedi where like Leia force pulls herself back into the ship for being in space. And like in the Lego one, they did it like jokey where she uses the force to grab like a fishing rod and then reels herself in. And this guy who thought he was so clever was like, well, they actually did it better in a Lego game than they did in the movie. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, God, I was not waiting. I was not looking forward to that debate.
I was
being
really
reasoned by this
hoping
game.
that you were going to
Yeah,
say, like,
but
somebody was
that's
like, is
just,
that how
like,
it really
it's-
happened?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes, it
yeah, I
is.
mean, it stands to reason. They
Canon.
have laser swords. They'd have fishing rods. Duh.
Laser fishing
That-
rods. but
How do they
whatever.
catch fish in space, Dana?
Space
With a
fish.
pole. Who does it
Riddle
in the
me
game?
that.
Space fish.
The little lightsaber,
Sometimes
like,
you need a
the
space
little line comes down.
No, he does the pole vault fish catch thing again.
Ooh,
like
the
in
more
the
you
game.
know, guys. That's what we're here for.
Yeah,
the
and
real
of course they had
information.
they had to focus on the stupid milk scene from Last Jedi too. In the
That's
cutscenes.
funny.
That was not.
No, like, again, like, that's. I mean, like,
I'm
like,
just so tired of it because people just use that as a crux to like slam the movie for nothing.
I mean, first of all, people don't understand that, like, that's done intentionally to, like, disillusion Luke. You know,
No, can't handle
both-
that in Star Wars. No.
Like it's audience reflection that like mirrors Rey's disillusionment of Luke as this like figure, but again, like that's the kind of thing where it's like the way it was done in the movie, like for the effect that it was done for, like you could make a joke about that in a Lego game and I'd probably laugh at it because it's like it's meant to be gross. That's the point. Like
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a whole thing there, but yeah. So the real beef or the real meat of the game is that there's a lot of collectibles to get because there are like a crap ton. There's like 1,000 of these Kyber bricks scattered around the levels and all the things besides that. And the puzzles are generally very good too. Actually, I was very impressed with how varied they were and how.
Well, how long did they
weaved into
take
the
to make this game though? It got like super delayed, didn't it?
It was first delayed or first announced for 2019, which was a little over ambitious because the last movie was only coming out that
Brendan,
year.
is this the one that you said that you?
Yes, I went to
saw?
E3 and saw. Yeah.
The last E3 that ever existed.
Yeah.
Basically.
The last one, and then after all those delays, there was still a lot of crunch going on in the studio from reports we've heard. So yeah, that's a little unfortunate, but the finished product is pretty good. It's just I do wish they'd done more with the story mode in it. There's a lot of good stuff in the movies they could have made a game out of, or like made a level out of. Sorry, because The Force Awakens, the last one they did was really good, and how it like integrated scenes from the movies and some of the other supplemental material into the game. And this one feels like they kind of just race through it. So that being said, no, this would be a good one for like a family co-op play, because you can do co-op and everything, of course.
You have kids my kids' age. Do you want to like throw them every time you try and do something with them in the game?
You will accidentally hit them because you beat the crap out of your AI companion.
I meant in real life, so let's maybe I won't accidentally hit them.
Come over
here. I'm not looking forward to that. No, come over here. That was my biggest fight with that. No, I'm trying to go this way. Oh, the screen splits now.
Yeah, but that's
good.
That's like half the fun of that like game though too, is just like messing around and just like running up and just like killing your companion and then watching them like get rebuilt, and there's no like penalty for
absolutely not killed,
really, so.
But you can see that I am difficult and annoying, so I definitely did that in Overkill to the point where nobody wants to play with me anymore. I'm in a mood today. I'm gonna stab you every time you stand up.
The difficulty is definitely not much of a factor. Like, again, I'm an adult gamer, but you know, it might be different for kids. But yeah, I feel like there's even less penalty for dying than like in any other game I've seen before. Like you kind of just spawn right back. There's no lives. Like you don't get game over at any point.
Was there live system? Because I feel like the only Lego Star Wars game I like remembered putting time into was the prequel trilogy one. And
I've only really played Force Awakens, and I can't remember if they did.
I can't remember if they had a live system either. I feel like it just had like a easy like checkpoint system.
Well, because actually one thing they did change, I believe, in Force Awakens was the way you built things. So like it had more of an impact on the levels. Like you could choose to build one or two different things. They brought that back in this game, but it's very uncommon compared to like Force Awakens. So I feel like they got some feedback from Force Awakens saying levels are too long or there's too much of this, like too much building stuff, and they scaled back a little too hard.
Yeah,
the sense I got anyways. But the comedy is still there. Like you still find like Easter eggs, like in New Hope during the opening chase sequence. Like you're escaping on the Tantive 4, and there's a room full of stormtroopers in a hot tub for some reason, just a running gag.
Yeah, why not?
There's little jokes brought in, like in Phantom Menace, like for Padme's handmaidens, they're all like doing like a Spartacus thing, like I'm Padme, and then there's like an old guy is like I'm Padme. Exactly, and then they brought him back, and then like another episode.
That's kind of strange, given the fact that who remembers Spartacus?
Like the show?
No, the original movie.
Because the show was great.
I'm Spartacus.
Yeah, I mean that's a little reference for all the adults who are playing this game with their kids, you know.
Plus, it's just kind of seeped into like
sometimes we need to be entertained, Brendan.
I guess
they would have come out around the same time too. Realistically, Spartacus and Star Wars.
There are enough things that have kind of done that since. I think it's just kind of baked into like that idle humor. But yeah, no, entertaining game. I think I gave it an 8 out of 10.
$1.
Yeah, pretty solid.
So funny.
Pretty solid.
It definitely sounds like the kind of game where like maybe like its ambition got it like a little way with it, because like, you know, the earlier Star Wars games, yeah, like, you know, you're only covering like 3 movies. You know, you have a lot more room to like do a lot more things. Like this is now trying to encompass the plots and like scenes and like, you know, and gameplay from 9 movies, right? So it seems to me also too like it is kind of a good way to like get your kids sort of like into Star Wars, because now like you have this thing where it's like here is the entirety of the series. You can play this and have fun with it, and it's Lego, but then like that might spark their like interest in actually like sitting down to watch the movies.
Yeah, definitely. Like my kids have the like Golden Book adaptations of most of the movies and stuff, and like I was playing the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones chapters around my daughter, and she's like picking up on moments from it. So it's kind of like an interesting way to like bring them into it without getting into all the scary parts of the movie, because it definitely glosses over that stuff. The part where Anakin like kills all the Sand people for revenge for his mom, like gets totally glazed over, and most people who die in the game just like get up and walk it off 2 seconds later. So yeah, they definitely had to cut stuff back for the rating.
It's interesting. It's kind of interesting to see too, and I think this is probably like a case with the newer Legos like stuff and like Lego like games too, because I remember like playing the episodes like 1 to 3 like Lego Star Wars game. They didn't have any dialogue, so like a lot of the comedy was more like, you know, physical humor and kind of just like done like visually.
Right.
So it's
There's
like
a mode for that. You can turn that on again, actually.
Oh yeah, you can. Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a mobile mode. They call it.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, cool. Neat.
That looks really neat.
But they also have like the Clone Wars actors back for those characters. That's kind of neat. Like Matt Lanter and James Arnold Taylor for Obi-Wan and Anakin. So.
Oh, wait, neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did it.
Anyways, that's Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga.
Awesome.
Brendan, you checked something else out this week too?
Yeah, I checked out the newer laptop from Huawei, the MateBook 14S. It's the basically they're just under the top of the line, because the top of the line would be the MateBook X Pro, and this still has an i7 chip. It still has a blazing fast refresh rate, especially for a non-gaming laptop. It's using the 11th gen Intel chip, so it is a little behind on that front. And it has 16 gigs of RAM and all the fun stuff. But what makes it most interesting is the fact that Huawei make it just a well-built laptop. It feels solid in the hands. The keyboard is fantastic. I love the trackpad and the responsiveness of the trackpad, and I just love the fact you can switch it from 60 hertz mode to 90 hertz mode with just a click of a button. That makes it just really good for someone that just wants to have a laptop that does a lot of business work or a lot of content creation or just doing anything you want to throw at it. The only thing I don't love is the fact it doesn't do well at gaming. You can play Fortnite, things like that.
Yeah, but it's not built to, right? So
yeah, no, it's not.
Be mad at that. That's not.
I'm just saying, it isn't a full replacement for everything.
Yeah, no.
So if you're looking to kind of replace like a gaming laptop, it's not going to do that because it doesn't
pretty.
have. It is very pretty, but it doesn't have a dedicated graphics, so you are losing out on that. Beyond that, I think Huawei knocks it out of the park on basically every feature they've pushed in this laptop.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's pricey though. I think it's about just under $2,000. So it's not a cheap offering, but
I was thinking with all that power, that can't be cheap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like Huawei. They make some stuff that I really dig. We can't get their phones, but we're getting everything else now.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of good stuff.
Yes.
Did you get the lipstick earbuds? Did you get those? There you go. I thought so.
I did. The review for these should theoretically come out next week.
It's amazing.
They're very pretty. They're very smudged right now because my 2-year-old quite likes them.
Oh,
yeah. And okay.
And now there's
one over there. There's one over there the other day.
It was nice while they lasted.
Hey, it's back. Look at that. But this is my favorite part. Listen, just a real quick. It just takes it. It just goes.
That's really
anyway.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that is not my verdict on it, but
it's an early verdict.
They're there. It
10 out of 10 does a click.
It's very satisfying click, believe it or not. Yeah, no, I did see a movie this week called As They Made Us. If you are looking to be really miserable in a really good way, I would recommend watching it. It's got, I'm going to say her name wrong, Candice Bergen.
Bergen?
Oh, okay.
Bergen.
Murphy
Diana Agron. What's his name? The guy that plays Wallowitz.
Oh, Simon Helberg.
Yep.
Thank you. Could not. And Dustin Hoffman in it.
Cool.
It's a really, really sad story, but one that I think most people can definitely identify with, especially in our age range. It's all about transitions, and would recommend. Will say there will be tears, at least if you're me.
That's fair.
This is the mic for my headset.
Really?
Anyway, yeah.
Mayim Bialik is directing now.
Yes, it's her directorial debut. It's good though. It's I don't want to give much away, but it's enjoyable. I sobbed. You can ask Brendan. He didn't know what to do with me. There was so much crying. He's just like, that's happening over there. Throws tissues from a distance. No. It's wet. Why? Why is it leaking? No. It was a good movie though. It was enjoyable.
What is it on?
The internet.
Is it streaming on anything, or is it as a theater?
It's not a
Good place
theater
for
release.
stuff.
It's been out for a bit. I don't know. I got a link.
We're in such a weird spot with movie releases now. Like
I don't know where to
this
watch
could be
movies
anywhere.
anywhere.
Yeah, it's like there's 14 services and
Probably
some
should
theaters.
be done a little bit more work with this.
mean
Amazon
to put you on the
Prime
spot.
Video apparently,
Oh, there
Oh,
we
there
go.
you go.
but like and Disney Plus, that doesn't make sense. What? Acorn TV, Amazon Prime Video. It's not called Amazon Prime Video, by the way. It's just called Prime Video now.
Yeah, it is now.
AMC Plus, Apple TV Plus, BritBox, Discovery Plus, Disney Plus, and ESPN.
That doesn't sound right at all.
Now, which place is theirs free? Because like sometimes Amazon's like got them for rental prices. And it's like,
Also,
wow.
ESPN does not seem a place you'd watch that movie, but that's just my guess.
Maybe they throw a sports ball at one point.
Yeah, it says simultaneously in theaters and video on demand, so it'll probably be paid on Prime Video.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. Okay, there we go.
But yeah, it was good. I dug it. I mean, I was very sad after. I messaged my brother to tell him I love him. He's not watching anymore, but he was. I was like, "Hey, I love you. You're great. Sad movies made me sad. Bye." And he was very confused about it. So that means it touched me.
I'm reading a book about that exact emotion right now. So there you go.
There you go.
All right, so that's I believe it for reviews, right, Jordan? You didn't have anything going on this week?
Not this week.
Nothing.
What were
There's
you
a
playing?
toothbrush on its way to him though, and he's thrilled about it.
Eventually.
Which
I'm not gonna
one?
Talk about it, but is it the
Another
Oaklean
Oaklean.
X Pro or something now?
Oh, yes.
Look at all that enthusiasm in his voice.
I mean, it's a toothbrush.
The names
What
aren't
are you gonna
exciting to
about it? Like,
Tooth Blaster.
it does clean teeth good.
Which reminds me, I
10
have
of
an
10.
email.
Blast your teeth right out of your gums.
I kind of want the tooth blaster now.
The same.
Blaster.
I'm not going to lie.
I'm pretty sure there's a
So
movie
90s.
on a very dangerous website about that.
Walking out of here.
I have to give you all forehead when I say inappropriate things. I'm sorry. I'm so
That's
sorry.
the sign of an inappropriate joke coming.
It
Yes.
is.
Serving
Yes.
forehead.
So yeah, what were you playing instead of reviewing stuff, Jordan?
I haven't been playing too much.
Oh, with the documents.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I had my my monthly like tantrum with Smash Bros.
You do that often.
Where I, you know, yeah, because I start playing it and I'm like, man, like, because I think about the fact that Sephiroth is in Smash Bros.
Mhm.
And I'm like, man, I want to play Smash Bros. Again. And I start playing it, and everybody who plays is just such a shithead that I hate it.
We call them
and
sweats.
it's like
That's fair.
they're just the worst, and it's like Smash Bros whole like online system is so like badly designed, not just for like, you know, the like the amount of lag that you typically like experience, but it's just like it punishes you for like not wanting to engage with shitty people. So
Mhm.
like if you disconnect from a game, also it doesn't really make sense, because like if you disconnect from a game, say because your battery died or your internet cut out, like it will lock you out of the playing for like an hour. You know, it just it'll
Really?
say like yeah, it says you exhibited unsportsmanlike behavior. But it's like, how is what I'm doing any less unsportsmanlike than the asshole who just like runs to the edge of the stage, just spams projectiles, just waits for you to come to them, and like, you know, just like acts like a complete like prick the whole time. It's not like I don't care about the whole global Smash Power thing. I care about having a good time. And it's like, when I'm not having fun, I'm not gonna like subjugate myself to this like bull crap, like, you know, online, right? Because this is just how people play. It's like they're just a-holes. They learn these like really like cheap tactics because it's easy to win that way, and they just do it. And it's like, okay, well, it's not fun, so I don't want to participate. But then it's just like, you know, you get locked out of the game for an hour if you disconnect. So it's like, but there's no like, at least like, you know, when Animal Crossing, I was thinking about like when Animal Crossing New Leaf came out, and like they had to kind of like configure the role of Mr. Rossetti because they kind of put it on a handheld system and they learned from the DS version that like sometimes your battery dies or like whatever, right? Like
right.
And it's like, so every time you like reset, he would show up and sort of say to you like, hey, like what happened? Like, did your battery die? Like, did something happen? Like your system like came apart, or like did they pop the game out by accident? Like, or did you just want to reset? Right. And it's like, it feels like Smash would actually do well from a system like that, where it's like, if you disconnect from a game, like you could have a list of options as to why you wanted to, like why you disconnected. Because Smash on the 3DS and even the Wii U, like you could block and report players who were playing like assholes. So it's like you kind of tailor your experience to not like engage with players like that. This one doesn't have that. And it's like, for all the effort they put into taking like taunts out of like quick play matches, it's like, it doesn't stop people from being dicks. Like, I don't know, it bothers me. So yeah, so I stopped playing that.
That's fair.
And dicks are gonna dick.
Like nonstop.
Boy, do they.
It's ridiculous. But then but then you go on like a 6-game winning streak. Like I did that like last Thursday before I got on podcast, and I was having such a good time. But yeah, no, it's just like I just got really tired of it. So I kind of switched back to Splatoon 2 because like I go through those waves. Like when I get off of Smash Bros, I'll go back to Splatoon because Splatoon is actually like genuinely well designed for online play, and it's genuinely a lot more fun. And then I just kind of was like, you know what? Like something I haven't played in a long time was Stardew Valley. So I started playing Stardew Valley.
That's a solid game.
Oh, it's so good. I haven't even I'm just like kind of like retooling my farm a little bit. I need to get into the new like all the like the added content they put in, because I didn't know the extent of how much they added. Like just like with the new island and everything. I haven't got there yet. So
and then I heard the other day.
What's that?
There's an auto petter for your pets. I heard the other day, your animals. I heard
that's been there for a really long time.
Yeah, like
I just saw that article today.
Yeah, okay, you saw that one too. Okay, yeah.
It was on like Google News, and it was like, "There's an auto petter," and I can't believe I didn't know. And I'm like, I knew that, and I don't know a lot.
Pretty well hidden, yeah.
I mean, I have like my farm is a pretty well-oiled machine at this point now, so it's like petting my animals is like the one thing I have to actually like do on the farm anymore, because like all my crops are handled with sprinklers and like. I'm
in like Stardew Valley groups. I haven't picked that game up in ages, but like it was a problem for a minute. I'm like, I need to know all the secrets, and one of them was get the.
You know what? That's what I mean. It's a very deep game, like to the point where like I would even recommend at this point playing it with a walkthrough, like just because like there's so much things to like know about that, like not only just like enhance the experience, but things that you're like kind of want to figure out to have on the farm, right? Like So I got that going, and then Dayna and I started talking about Story of Seasons, and I jumped back into that for like a hot minute, and I was like, and then like, I had a moment where I was like, I can't be jumping back and forth between like Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley and Story of Seasons.
I need to choose.
Buy a farm.
I gotta pick one and stick with it. So I don't know. We'll see. And,
who reigns supreme? Find out next week on Pickles
and Ink.
Yeah, what, like pickles and squid? I don't.
We're getting closer to 11
pickles.
o'clock for that food is arriving. So
the
Pickles and Ink now.
getting a brewery started on your farm is a pretty. I built a little shed and I just loaded it with like preserve jars and
then there's
kegs.
Brendan over there with Graveyard Keeper. He's just hoarding corpses. Like
it's a good game. It's a legitimate.
Yeah, no, I've heard really good things about it. Yeah.
My point was that we were nice and farming, and you're like corpses, but okay, fine.
Well, I mean, then you go into the mine dungeons and you make a bunch of corpses, right? So
then you got to bury them somewhere.
Corpses, yeah. You fight the skeletons.
I did not play at Stardew Valley, apparently.
Yeah.
No. We were talking about Graveyard Keeper. Oh no, I guess we're not.
Oh, okay.
You still have to kill things.
I also saw that there was a pretty big update that just came to.
There is too much killing.
Too true.
Well, I mean, in the vein of killing or being killed, there was a big update that just came to Phasmophobia. So I was just like looking over it, and it's like it's funny how effective a game is, because like I've said before, it's so weird that a game that's like pretty like janky for like what it is, like how it's like as an indie game, is actually still so genuinely scary. So I was just like reading over the the update notes, and I was just like reading things like, oh my god, that's so scary. I was reading like, oh my god, that's so scary. Just the patch notes were freaking me out. Like, I was like, that's gonna be so scary. It's so I'm kind of getting back into that.
Nice.
I want to get back into it anyway.
Those are Scrubs call back there. That's so funny. That's so funny. Oh my god, that's so funny. When Minnie Moore was on, she didn't laugh at jokes. Yeah, sorry. Brain wiring is off today.
It's never on.
That only marginally hurt my feelings, but you know.
You guys brought back Scrubs earlier. Now I'm thinking about it.
I love Scrubs.
Yeah, but you said it in a way that was hurtful.
Ooh, where's Scrubs?
Just remember the scene.
Where can I find Scrubs?
Help!
Oh, here I'm talking about patch notes. That's so funny.
You're like, oh, it's so scary. Just reminded me because you were saying something scary, but you're not scared by it.
You guys asking me where we need
laughing
to watch
or saying something's funny without laughing at it. So.
Hulu? Does that mean it's on Disney?
Step inside my mind inside the bit.
Amazon? It's on Amazon?
No, Scrubs is on Disney Plus.
And Disney.
I guess it's a Fox show?
It's on Amazon. Watch Scrubs season 1 on Prime.
It was an ABC eventually. So,
well, ABC is.
I think that's going to be my. So I started. I don't usually rewatch shows. I really, really hate it. But I've been in like a weird mental space lately, and I've been rewatching Schitt's Creek. And it's
so good.
Genuinely making me laugh a second time around. Which usually I don't watch things because they don't. Like I don't know. I can't explain it. I'm just
Dayna, you want
empty.
You want to know a fun fact?
Do I?
I like actually live maybe like 20 minutes away from the Schitt's Creek, like the Rosebud Hotel.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was
I just go hang out there.
It was pretty much all like a lot of it was actually filmed in Tottenham, and there's actually a moment transition like where they show like those like just like shots of like the farmland and stuff where I actually recognize if you like go down Highway 9 right before you hit the 400, there's like an old farmer's market. And I saw it and I was like, why do I know that sign? And I like just like looked it up on Google Maps. I was like, I drive by that all the time. Like,
Eugene Levy.
I dig it.
Yeah, Eugene Levy. Get on the
now
podcast.
I think I might go watch me some Scrubs. Maybe that'll be. That's been a long one. So
yeah, I've been meaning to watch that since Zach Braff and Donald Faison started that podcast, but I got around to rewatching it yet.
Took up a lot of that segment. What are you guys playing?
I'm playing nothing.
That's not surprising.
Yeah.
I'm, as Jordan spoiled, I'm still doing Story of Seasons quite a bit. I want to get back into Tiny Tina, but just been tired. So when I sit down at night, I'm like, I want to do farm work. I don't want to think. I want to dig holes.
That's fair.
Yeah. Tiny Tina is like, it's weird. And I don't know if maybe I'm too old for it now, but like I've been seeing a lot of people sharing it on TikTok or like, you know, the quote unquote funny dialogue. And every time that girl opens her mouth, I just want to like blow something up.
Ashley Birch?
I don't know, maybe I'm just too old for it. Like, you know, like I'm just the lull to random humor just doesn't get to me anymore. But I was just like, I don't know. Makes me really not want to play it.
I've been playing some opposite things. So I'm still playing Disco Elysium, really getting into that, blowing that up.
Just solid
case-wise.
game, so.
Yeah, I'm really impressed. Like I just got into day 3 when like a big part of the island opens up. And with it comes a bunch of epiphanies and new questions and such. So again, really enjoying the writing on that one. And I started Kirby in the Forgotten Land with my kids.
Nice.
Only kind of got into the first couple of levels, but really good so far. But speaking of shows and stuff, though, I've been watching Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Oh, nice! I heard
that's
really
a good one too.
Really like hysterical, actually, like laughing our asses off.
Genuinely good.
Alex Borstein is like every scene she's in, she just kills it. So,
yeah,
especially like I'm almost on the second season, and like just the stuff she's pulling off is so good. I see what she was nominated for Emmys for it.
That's the one with, the episode where she the thugs approach her and she just like spends the whole day just like shooting the shit with them. And like ends up like
and she's riding around with them.
This actually sounds like fun.
It is.
I need a new happy show.
It's so good. It's such a funny show too. Like it's so like weird. Because I remember we started watching the 3rd season, and by accident we watched the last episode of the 3rd season first. But it was but this is the thing. It was so like well written and well put together that we genuinely believe, like, it didn't miss a beat, like, from the last season. Like, we genuinely thought it was the start of the next season.
Oh, that's cool.
Interesting. Yeah, it's from Amy Sherman Palladino, who did the Gilmore Girls.
Oh, that's cool.
And once I
That's
realized
my
that,
jam.
I was like, oh, that's why there's so much talking in every episode.
Yeah.
Because like by the end of it, I'm just like, that was a really long episode. But
My ears are tired.
Just, yeah, exactly. Like there's just, they crammed so much dialogue into it.
You have a daughter that's coming. Just get used to it.
Oh, I know. Don't I know? Yeah. Speaking of which, Tony Shalhoub plays her dad also, and that is genius casting there too.
Where is that? Where do I watch that? Tell me more.
Amazon. Prime. It's an Amazon original.
Yeah.
Okay, I have
Torrent.
that. Yay!
So there you go.
Don't torrent.
Don't do
or
that.
just watch on the program she or the
I have
has.
it. So
Yeah.
that's a way. Also, I don't think I ever got the hang of how to like download anything.
It's so easy.
I don't know how to use I have a server to do that. I'm still no.
LimeWire was a thing that
we were raised in the age where that was a thing, and I still no friggin' idea.
You download
I still laugh at every LimeWire meme I see.
Yeah, I never
LinkinPark.num.exe. Yeah.
Oh, it's the best thing ever.
Never
That's the Zelda song by System of a Down.
That's a banger.
Not actually System of a Down at all.
It's not actually System of a Down. No,
we say bop now, Chris. It's a bop.
Oh, I'm
it's
behind.
A certified jam.
Please don't say bop. I'll cry. I'll cry a little.
Bop. It's a banger.
It's a certified hootenanny.
I just want you to see our mascot.
Steve.
There he is.
One other thing I was kind of playing around with this week too. I recently reviewed a new retro console. Well, not new, but a retro console. And I wanted to test out if it could play Famicom stuff. So I hunted down some Famicom cartridges of Final Fantasy games because
it can.
Nice.
It can, yeah. Although I figured out that I had to put so Famicom games require an adapter to go into an NES, and I realized I had to put it in. My camera's really washing the cartridge out. You have to put it in backwards.
Why?
I don't know why. Just because that's the way the pins line up.
Okay.
I don't know why RetroKid made it that way, but yeah. So I thought I bought a busted cart, and
Chris has messaged me like, "This isn't working," and I don't know why. Oh, I have to put it in backwards because that makes a lot of sense.
Shout out to the guys at the local game store who helped me figure
Upside
that
down,
out.
facing north.
I was like, "Did you guys tell me about a bomb adapter?" And no, it just turns out it's a secret to everybody. So yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm curious now that you say that. Because I have a Retron 5, right? And as far as I'm aware, like the slots for the NES and the SNES like are supposed to double. Like they're supposed to be able to read Famicom games. But I never actually got my. Yeah, I was saying I never got my hands on one, so now I'm like kind of curious. Like if I got one, like it's like would I have to turn it like put it in backwards as well to try and like see if it reads that way, like or if it might be designed it that way.
Now we know there's options.
It might be a quirk of the RetroKid adapter that I got, but like to play a Famicom game on those things, you have to get one of these adapters because the pins don't line up otherwise.
Yeah.
Super Famicom works though. It's just it didn't work on old original Super Nintendos. Like you had to like modify your system, like pop something off to make them work on Super Famicom. But it was an easy modification, and you could actually play Famicom games that way.
Hold on, we're gonna give you a really quick review and impression before we wrap this up. So these headphones that I'm wearing, I don't use very often for like people speak. They're the Razer Kraken V3 Hypersense. One of you talk right now, please.
Hello.
I can feel it in my brain. They vibrate and react when there's noise, right? So I usually turn that off because I'm playing like a loud game that's literally just constantly going. Bleh. So I just real quick clicked it on while you were talking there, Chris, and like your voice went kunk into my skull. That was fun. This is an adventure.
The impact I always hope to have, I guess.
Yeah.
How is it reacting? Like, what's it doing?
It's just called the V3 Hypersense. I don't know. Like it vibrates almost. It's like super. If you put like a bass speaker up to your ear, they're supposed to do that.
Your bass is just too
high. No. There's a button for it.
That's supposed to be like aesthetically pleasing.
Whoa, this is harder than it looks. This little button. Yeah, haptic feedback. That's the word.
Interesting.
It's cool. I recommend. You're vibrating on my skull.
So you're gonna go look up some ASMR videos after this, basically, is what you're saying.
Maybe. Ooh. Ideas.
Just change the game.
Unless Brendan wants to tell you about the sweet ASMR toys we found at Walmart. That was good times. Like, you know those little like $5 buy bags you can buy like dumb Lego or little Paw Patrol figures? Well, now there's a little section that just says ASMR toys.
Yep, don't like it.
I don't care for that.
No, me either. Me either.
It sounds bad. I hate it.
That's all I got. That was the end of my conversation. My ears are vibrating to the sound of your voice. Tell me more.
And here I was waiting for the ASMR toy review.
Oh no, we did not. It was like $7, and it's like this big.
Yeah,
and it sounds really. This is fun.
But it's for science, though.
Chris, your voice is very bassy, according to my ear holes.
It could be lower.
Ha! Okay, that's enough. There's a lot happening.
I ruined it.
We did it.
We did it. We finally ruined it. It's over.
We did it.
And that's going to do it for us this week. Yes.
That sounds a good place to end.
Yeah. If you'd like to read more on these topics, except for the ASMR toy reviews, that did not happen.
That ever.
A ball was dropped. You can find full coverage at cgmagonline.com. Be sure to follow CG Magazine on all the socials. Just search for CG Mag. And if you have any questions or comments, send them to podcast@cgmagonline.com. Jordan, where can people reach you?
You can find me sometimes drawing stupid shit on Instagram and sometimes making dumb videos on TikTok at NinjaXJordan. And you can find me making videos for YouTube at Ninja Jordan Reviews.
Including that weird AI dungeon one you're talking about last week, right?
Yes.
Oh god, did you watch that video? Tell me you
haven't yet. No.
It's Brendan, thank you. Did you actually watch it?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so great. I'm so happy you did.
Oh, what an adventure. It actually is worth watching.
God. I had an even better one recently, although I'm not sure if I'm in love with it, where I did a mystery and it started off like I was hoping it would go film noir, but for some reason it involved like a cult of vampires, and it was bonkers.
Video may be forthcoming on that one, I guess.
Hopefully. I drew a thumbnail for it.
And Dayna, where can people catch you?
Right there. It says at the Dayna Eileen in some places. I think it's just Twitter and Instagram.
This is also
I'm just Dayna Eileen on Twitch. So there. Get rid of the.
And Brendan.
BFry26 on everything.
But you'll never really know because there's a line through his name.
Only sometimes, doesn't it move?
Yeah, it does.
Just have to watch it to make sure you get all the entire digit. And you can catch me on Twitter at Hugathy, and here on Twitch at Guild2Taps. So yeah, on behalf of everyone here at CG Magazine, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next week.
See ya.
Peace.
Pixels and its catchphrase.
Did Brendan forget that it's him?